Hey, welcome back to Cheaper Jeeper TV, the show that helps you get the most for your money so that you get the most for your Jeep. Hi, I'm Dino, your host. Glad to see you here. On this week's episode, we're going to talk about corrosion issues with the Jeep Wrangler JL, something that you need to know if you're looking at keeping yours or if you're looking at buying one. Stick with us. Nothing makes me more want to cringe than to see the corrosion at the hinge. A Jeep Wrangler JL has corrosion. What the hell? It's where the hinge meets the door. I don't remember reading anything about it on the Google before. My new Jeep Wrangler JL has corrosion. Bloody hell. Nothing hurts more than that sting. And to hear, hey, it's that Jeep thing. My new Jeep Wrangler JL has corrosion. Bloody hell. Well, it's true. After only 2 years of ownership, my new Wrangler JL has developed some corrosion. And it happens where the hinges meet the door panels. Here's a couple shots of where you could see the corrosion on the Jeep. This is after only 2 years of ownership. But one thing we should clarify when we discuss the corrosion issue is the difference between corrosion and rust. It's important to understand that all metals like aluminum will corrode when exposed to air and other chemicals. The process is also referred to as oxidation. Rust is specifically a term to use to describe the oxidation that occurs in metals that have iron. Another difference between rust and corrosion is rust will flake and disintegrate the metal, whereas corrosion, as in the case of aluminum, will build a layer of this oxide on the surface, which will cause paint to flake off, but it won't perforate the metal, which we'll discuss again shortly. So given that we're going to be talking about corrosion on the Jeep Wrangler JL aluminum panels, we will be referring to corrosion, not rust. Either way, corrosion shouldn't be presenting itself as an issue on a vehicle that's relatively new. Now here are some possible reasons that I've read about that might explain why this is happening. The Jeep Wrangler JL hinges are made out of aluminum, and the door panels are made out of aluminum. Essentially, during assembly, they slap the bare metal aluminum hinge on the bare metal aluminum panel, assemble them, and then paint over them to seal them. It's suggested perhaps when this seal is compromised that oxygen and other chemicals like salt or road brine gets between the panels, causing the corrosion. Another possible source of contamination could occur at the factory. Before the surfaces of the bare aluminum door panels and bare aluminum hinges get mated, there could be some contamination just from some iron dust particles in the factory setting. Manufacturers such as Audi, for example, build a separate facility wherever there's fabrication involving aluminum. Another cause for this issue, some say, could be the improper application of primer. And then finally, another suggested culprit is something called galvanic corrosion, where you have dissimilar metals in contact with each other. Although you have aluminum door panels and aluminum hinges, there is a metal bolt that assembles and holds everything together. So this might also be a source of the problem. Either way, no matter what you agree to be the source of the contamination, it's something that shouldn't be happening on a new vehicle such as the Wrangler JL, and as you watch this video, you'll see that I'm not alone. Are there others experiencing the same Jeep Wrangler JL corrosion issue? Careful reviews of online forums and Facebook groups reveal that I'm not alone experiencing this Wrangler JL corrosion issue. In fact, there are quite a number of people posting their, let's just say, dissatisfaction with their new Wrangler JL. In fact, there are many Jeep Wrangler JL owners that are experiencing corrosion issues even sooner than I experienced it. Some have experienced it just a few thousand kilometers into ownership. In fact, one person even mentioned that he got it off the lot that way. You could see here up on the screen some search examples from when I did this search. Links to these searches will be found in the article on the cheaperjeepertv.com website. So if you just want to check it out there, you can have access to the same links that I researched and have a look for yourself. Warranty concerns. In Canada, the corrosion warranty is 5 years and 160,000 kilometers. In the US, it's 5 years with unlimited miles. If I take my Wrangler JL in now for corrosion repairs, they should repair it under warranty, but after 160,000 kilometers, I'd be on my own. Unlike in the US, the corrosion warranty will be honored for as long as I'd owned the vehicle. I guess it's the absence of salt on most of the roads in the US that might account or explain the difference in the warranty policy. Another warranty concern comes to mind in the use of the language around corrosion warranty involving the term perforation. Aluminum corrosion will build up upon the surface of the metal, ultimately protecting the aluminum. It won't help the paint stick, but it'll not perforate. So any warranty that includes the words perforation may be a bit of a loophole or cause the warranty not to apply and leave you with flaking paint issues. FCA recognition of the same condition in other vehicles. FCA had put out a technical service bulletin, you can see the link in the description or in the article on the website, with instructions on how to address the aluminum corrosion issues in some of their other vehicles. The Wrangler JL is on this list. With vehicles as early as 2013 on this list of vehicles with aluminum corrosion issues, it makes me wonder when it's hoped that this corrosion issue will be resolved. You would think that they would have had it addressed by now. So, what are my options? Given that I already have the Wrangler JL, I'm going to take it in and have it repaired under warranty. But I already have over 100,000 kilometers, so if, as some are saying online, this is going to become a recurring issue, after 160,000 kilometers because I'm in Canada, I'm on the hook for any future repairs. I could consider, for example, one member of a Jeep Wrangler Facebook group suggested that I consider putting some Jeep Wrangler hinge covers over the hinges that they sell online. I'll put links to those products in the article. And I might consider that because I like the idea of making the hinges black, so I'll just buy black hinge covers, and I'm not sure if that's going to cover the corrosion as the paint would flake off the door. And then, of course, for people interested in addressing the galvanic corrosion concern, there's this link I'll include in the article for you to investigate, and I may investigate that as well. And then, of course, finally, I could sell the Jeep Wrangler JL. I'll take a hit in resale because of this issue. I could possibly buy the new Ford Bronco. That looks pretty slick. However, there's no guarantee that I won't have similar problems with the Ford Bronco. In the article on the website, I've got a link to a class action lawsuit against Ford for their corrosion and paint issues with their F-150. So that's what I have to consider. So in conclusion, this Jeep Wrangler JL corrosion issue that I am experiencing is something that many other Wrangler JL owners are sharing online in the forums and on Facebook groups. And if you are considering buying a Jeep Wrangler, hanging on to your Jeep Wrangler for the long term, or if you want to resell your Jeep, this is something you should be taking into account. If you're looking at purchasing one, you have to know that this issue is out there. If you're looking at selling one, you know that this is going to impact the resale value. And if you're thinking of hanging on to it for the long term, you got to think of some kind of way to take care of this issue, or it could get out of hand. And as for the comment of it's a Jeep thing, if it was, for example, a piece of trim that didn't fit right, or if it was an annoying rattle that you just can't seem to locate, well, that I can understand is a Jeep thing. But something this serious on this expensive of a vehicle this soon is just too much, and it shouldn't be accepted as a Jeep thing. So that's my opinion on the issue. Feel free to comment in the section below to let us know what you think, or if you're experiencing it, let us know. And let's move on now in our episode and have a look at this week's tip segment. Well, that's pretty interesting. But what about if we already have the Wrangler JL? What can we do? Well, let's have a look in this week's tip segment where we'll address just that.
Now for some cheaper Jeeper tips.
One tip shared by some members of some Jeep online Facebook groups is to use some lubricant and spray them in your hinges. This would probably help out in addressing the corrosion issue, but also make sure that your hinges don't seize up on you. Okay, that's awesome. Well, let's have a word now from our subscribers.
And now for subscribers' tips.
Hey, Cheaper Jeeper TV. I like the camping sleeping platform video. I'd recommend a 3-inch high-density foam mattress that has an ILD 45 compression. That's 2.5 pounds per cubic foot. It would be the thinnest foam pad to give some comfort without bottoming out. Signed, Maddie Topper. Hey Maddie, thank you very much for the tip. I'll do just that, and I'll feature it in an upcoming video when we go camping. So that's it for this week's episode of Cheaper Jeeper TV. We tried to keep it positive, but we definitely wanted you to be informed. So if you found this episode helpful, please remember to give us a thumbs up, hit the subscribe and the alert bell so you'll be notified when our next video is released. Until then, be well, stay safe, take care. Okay, that's it for this week's episode. Lenny.